Hello everybody, I'm Miranda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back. Or welcome in case this is your first time watching one of my videos. Today we are doing another WIP and Chat. So grab out whatever work in progress, aka WIP, you have, and let's start. So, first off, how are you all today? I hope you had a wonderful week. Mine was, well, average. Actually didn't do much special. Nothing interesting happened, or at least not much. So, yeah, I also prepared a little something because I feared... Well, I prepared it earlier and I thought I'd finish it today. Because I was thinking, like, what should I ramble on about today? And I could not think of much. So... yeah, there wasn't happening much here last week. However, I did, if you've seen my video of last week, I most likely figured out my allergy, or at least what caused it. So in case you didn't know, or haven't watched last week's WIP and Chat, just a quick recap. Last week on Monday I had a relaxing spa evening, and a little after I came out of the bathtub and was downstairs, my entire skin, or at least patches of it, turned red and started to itch, and yeah. So I had an allergic reaction, and I thought it was on my bath foam because that was a product I hadn't used before. However, me and my husband were thinking last week, and we discussed it, and we're like, maybe it's an idea to just put that stuff right on my skin and test like that, because if I would have an allergic reaction, it would most likely show like that. So I tested the product, I tested different version I have of it, and I also tested almond oil, because that was the component we expected it to be. So let's think, Friday I believe I did that. I put it directly on my skin. Nothing happened. So yeah, I'm thinking, like, I did either Thursday evening or Friday evening. I also went back into the tub with the same stuff. Had a little bit of an itch, but not as much. My skin didn't turn pink or anything. So we're like, oh well, must have been a fluke then. Or it must have been something else. Or like the combination between scrubbing my skin and using the product. Well, today I had some time and I was like, oh well, let's go back into the tub, shall we? Because yeah, my stomach was upset and I was like, oh, I can really use some relaxation. And my husband was like, well, yeah, do that. Afterwards, I used my body lotion, and you might already expect where this is going. I looked like I had a really bad case of sunburn, but like within half an hour, like half of my body was, well, like almost sunburned pink. So yeah, didn't feel great. So yeah, most likely I will call my doctor somewhere this week and be like, hey, this happened to me now twice in a row. What's the smartest thing to do? See if I have reaction to a different body lotion, because I still have some others from a different brand and anything. Or should I do an allergy test to see if it's something specific? Because that stuff I have been using for 2 years, I think. It's 1 or 2 years. Yeah, it's expired, but it expired like a year ago, and I have been using that product in the meantime. But yeah, I most of the times don't use much of beauty products, if I even use them. So like something like a body lotion, I use maybe like 2 times like a month, and I don't use like much of it at a time, so it's not that I use it so often that I go through it often enough. So it might also be that. Yeah, luckily I turned my normal color again, so I was like, yeah, I can film now, so yeah. But yeah, it wasn't really pretty. But at least I know more now. So it's just how you want to look at it. The other thing I also mentioned last week was my screwed up Diamond Art Club order. Well, on Thursday I got a notification that one of the items was low in stock. And yeah, if you've watched it, then you probably know which one I'm talking about. So I was like, you know what, talked with my husband in the evening and was like, you know what, just get it, because, well, yeah, you ordered it before. So it's not that they didn't allow you earlier. So yeah, I went and ordered, and knowing, you know, me, most likely, I also want to make sure that I have like the free shipping and stuff. So you might have guessed it, I got 2 instead of 1. And I also got some release paper, because I have been thinking about release paper for like a year now, but every time when I want to order it, it's out of stock. And every time it is in stock, I'm not ordering. So yeah, and now it was in stock, and there also was a 20% sale from like this spring sale. So I got that one, because yeah, I wanted that for a decent amount of time. And then I also got lucky, because on Thursday the spring sale was still going. But I, as soon as I wanted to check out, saw a notification pop up in my shopping cart that I qualified for a free candle. I was like, what? I haven't even seen an email about this, or what happened? Where did that come from? But yeah, I also got a free candle. So yay! But yeah, the day after, I saw on the site that apparently orders over $100, if I'm not mistaken, got a free candle. But at that point, the spring sale also wasn't available anymore. So I was to my husband like, I just ordered in the nick of time, I believe. So he needed to laugh, because it's either things like this that happen to me, or like literally the opposite, that I'm ordering today and tomorrow there would be a better sale. But yeah, again. Stuff coming. But on the upside, I also finished a project. I finished Poinsettia Pixie. And I also finished the 3 small diamond paintings from the Dutch store Blokker that I got a little bit ago. I actually wanted to do the review, film the review on those today, but yeah, my skin isn't completely back to normal. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to film a WIP and Chat, do the Dutch version of the unboxing I am putting up on Friday, since the Dutch unboxing I did last week was pretty well received. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do another one in Dutch and see from there. Most likely, when the store that I get them from is Dutch, I will film in Dutch and voice over in English. And, well, if the store from somewhere else, then I film in English and voice over in Dutch. But we'll see how that's ending up in the end. But yeah. So I was like, I have at least a video for Friday, and yeah, I'll film the reviews next week. Because I am not making myself uncomfortable if not absolutely necessary. If I hadn't had that unboxing, I would have filmed at least one of them. But now I was like, I have something. It should be fine. So yeah. And for the rest, not much happened actually. Son is in cuddlebug mood. Daughter is in an annoying mood. Because everything you ask her to do, it's like, I'm too big for it, or I'm too small for it, or I don't wanna, or why do I have to do that? And then I'm coming with the stupid answer, because I say so. But yeah, she has a little bit of an annoying mood. Last couple of days she had a band-aid on her knee because we were in the city center. And she was holding something because she wanted to walk the thing to the car because it was for her own birthday. Which is already next month. Ah. But yeah, she didn't exactly watch where she goes, and she did go, and she fell face first. Luckily, the thing she had holding on, she let go, so she could catch herself somewhat. But it didn't go really good, so her left knee was scraped, her right knee was scraped pretty bad. And she had a little bit of a scrape on her hand. And obviously, she started screaming. And the thing she screamed most for was the fact that her pants got a hole in them. So she wasn't happy with that. But luckily for us, that pair of pants was already getting too small. So it needed to be thrown out soon anyway, so that was at least a good part of it, well, good part. It wasn't that it was really bad because she had just gotten a new pair or something, so it wasn't like really bad that it fell. Well, that she fell that way and got a hole in that pants, so. But yeah, she needed band-aids, needed to be cleaned out. She was totally not happy with it. Not happy is quite an statement. She screamed as if we were killing her. But yeah, tough luck. It needed to be done anyway. Yeah. Poor thing. She didn't want it taken off either, so luckily in the morning it was okay that I pulled it off, because one of the two band-aids was coming loose. So I was like, hey, going to pull it off so that we can see if it's healing properly and stuff, and if it looks good. And she was okay with it. It was fine that I pulled that one off. Was like, should I put the other one off? If I pull the other one off direct also, and that we can see how it looks, and if it's necessary we can put on a new band-aid. So I pulled it off. She was okay with it. It still was like losing liquid, so we were like, yeah, let's put a new one on. But this morning she was not having it. She for sure did not want me to touch it, and yeah, it was a whole something. I tried like literally basically everything I could think of, from like bribing her to like, hey, if you do this now, you can do that, or if you don't do this now, you can watch TV in the morning, or whatever, but she wasn't having it. Luckily, by the end of the morning, she went to the potty, and I saw that the band-aid was half loose, so I was like, don't say anything to her, just take a step forward and yank it off. She wasn't happy with me, but at least she didn't start crying. Yeah, I am mean, I know. I'm sorry, not sorry. But yeah, so yeah, the rest of the day I curled up her pants so that it isn't hanging in the wounds, because it's still open. So we're now basically letting it air dry, and hopefully it heals up good. But yeah, always fun. Little kids and big wounds. Surprised me that it still took like almost 4 years for her to fall this bad. But it's still sad that it happened. Yeah, I think that basically was everything for this week. We had some stuff going on, but that's like a way too long story, and the story in like 25 parts, so yeah. That's too long of a story to tell. Almost 20 minutes. Yeah, let's think what else. Do still need to call the vet for Lucia, because like I literally every evening again I'm like, oh dang it, I still forgot to call. Because yeah, I need to call like, hey, when did I need it to have her checked out again? Because yeah, she still isn't showing any symptoms that, yeah, she has a, what was the thing called again? Leather, stone, thingy, whatever, the thing she might be needed to be operated on. So yeah. Fun stuff, fun stuff. next Wednesday. So, well, basically the Wednesday I upload this video. Husband has an outing with his co-workers, so I have a little bit of time for myself as soon as the kids go upstairs, depending on how soon he returns, but they're going to eat the bus. So yeah, they go with a bunch of co-workers to have some fun times. I was like, yeah, go ahead, you know. I'm not fussing about that, so at least someone of us has a fun time. And then when he returns, so depending a bit on how late he will return, because I believe he said the reservation is for about 6 o'clock. So they might be back not in before 9 or something, so I think that I might just... I either am going to just flop myself on a couch and do nothing and wait for him then, or I am going to do a little bit of diamond painting, if not on like one of my quote-unquote evening kits. I at least work on my daytime kits, aka my old AliExpress stash, so that I get through that. But I think it's also a bit depending on what the planning is. Also, like, do we still get our regular date night or not? Otherwise, at least we did something yesterday, because we ended up doing an extra date night. So we finished watching How I Met Your Father, because that came out somewhere last week. We started on Wednesday, because yeah, that's our regular date night, and I saw that that one was coming, so I was like, you know what, we can watch that, because we loved How I Met Your Mother. So yeah, so we watched that, did the first few episodes on Wednesday and finished it yesterday, because there's just one season and it has just one for one season, and one season was 10 episodes, I believe. So it wasn't too big. But it was really fun. It was similar and not similar at the same time. Basically, in this case then, a mom telling her son how she met her father and all the fun things she did with her friends along the way. Basically like the same idea as How I Met Your Mother had. And I'm not going to give spoilers, but if you watched How I Met Your Mother, you might recognize some things, because they made like small hints to the other show. Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. I hope they will make a season 2. So yeah, if you have Disney Plus and you like How I Met Your Mother, which is actually also on Disney Plus, you can watch How I Met Your Father there. So yeah, now we need to find something else to watch. So yeah, since I already opened the document, I'm just going to do my little, well, earlier prepared things, which is a continuation of the list of Dutch museums. So in case you liked to hear about some Dutch museums, here are some more. If you didn't like it, well, then you can stop watching, and I hope to see you in the next video then. But yeah, I'm just going to call like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different museums, which I thought looked like fun or are pretty popular here. So the first on my list is Luchtvaartmuseum Aviodroom. En luchtvaart is die airliners, something. It's about planes. Let's call it like that. Plane museum. But yeah, it's, especially if you like airplanes, this is like the museum to go. As far as I found out on their site, which wasn't the most like clear website of a museum I have ever seen, but yeah, it said that they have about or over 100 different actual airplanes in that museum. Some are like indoor, like completely museum, and some are outdoor. And they actually also have a hangar where they repair or restore old airplanes. As far as I understood, at least. And the airplane hangar they have is in 1940s style. So like a World War II era style hangar. Which I thought was fun. So I think they were those types of planes. I don't know how much they have, but I guess that everything they have from that era, they also have there, I guess. Don't know. I've never been there. It's on my list, but yeah. With two little ones, it's not always happening to go to museums. And I need to say, I prefer zoos anyways. Don't know why, but yeah, so the next museum I have is from one of my kids. Well, one of them, one of many shows they love to watch. Nijntje, aka Miffy. So they have like an actual Miffy museum in the Netherlands. It is like literally specially made for like the real small kids. So they like literally take in consideration everything about small kids. I believe it's like 0 to 4 or 5 years is their aim, to say it like that. So they have like taken in consideration that you walk there with a stroller, or you need to feed a baby, or have like small kids that don't go too well with like really big staircases or anything. So it's like a really family friendly place oriented around the white big bunny type creature called Nijntje, which is like an actual Dutch character. So yeah, my daughter loves it. She has a Nijntje knuffel. Bought at a zoo. But yeah, so that's, especially if you have small kids, I think that's also one to go to. But that's the downside for us. Many of the museums are more up north than we are, so by the time we get to those museums, we're like 2 or 3 hours further. So for us, it's hardly doable, and I'm not going to go like on a little vacation with everything to visit one museum. That's a bit too much of a fuss. So let's grab my color because I can find it. There. The next one I have is, if I'm not mistaken, in Amsterdam. And that one is called Corpus. And the slogan of Corpus is Een reis door de mens, which is literally a journey through the human. So you might guess what it's about. If you've guessed the human body, you've guessed correctly. So yeah, it's basically like a museum where like you literally travel through the human. If I'm not mistaken, you like actually go like from top to bottom, but I'm not completely sure. I have never been there actually, but as far as I heard, it is a fun museum. So again, on the list, just as the other two on the list. And if you're more into the sciencey stuff, you need to be, and this one I know for sure is in Amsterdam, you need to be in NEMO. This is like namely an actual science museum. I can almost say, as far as I saw on the website, I can almost say as long as it's something science related, you can find it there. They have a universe part, they have like the science behind things like sounds and light, and they have a part about energy and how it's created and what kinds, and yeah, it has a lot. I've been in a Belgian version of it, and I need to say it was really fun, but it's also like really information heavy. But yeah, it's in a fun way, so at least if the Belgian version is about the same as the Dutch, so yeah. And last but not least, one I have been wanting to go for, I think 20 years now, no, even longer I guess. Because it's history related, I love to go to Archeon. But yeah, every time I am in the area of Archeon, it's either closed for the season, or it's way too busy, or we have completely full vacation, or anything else. So yeah, I've never come around to go to there, but it is an open air museum, mostly. You also have some indoor areas, but it's mostly outdoor, because it's like a sort of like a reenactment museum. And they have 3 different main history themes for basically Dutch area history. So it's more specific to the area here and not like the entire era. Because the main 3 areas are the prehistory, the Roman, and the Middle Ages. So it obviously will focus more on the Dutch part of those 3 than, for instance, like the entire Roman Empire. But it will be more about Roman civilization in the Netherlands. Which is actually pretty big, because I know of multiple cities in my area that have, well, Roman roots, or at least were in existence in Roman times. I actually know that in my own city, like literally across where my dentist office and my doctor's office is, there were prehistoric finds. So yeah, there were at least people around here in prehistory. If not for being like a city, or well, more a village, at least it was in passing through. So yeah. Let's see. But yeah, in Archeon they basically have like those 3 themes, and well, you can basically walk through history there because, yeah, they, as far as I found out, and I know, it's basically like walking through, well, for example, Roman times. Because they do, as far as obviously is known, they try to get it as authentic as possible. And yeah, I always loved history, so I would love to go someday. I seriously hope that at least one of my kids will love history. For the sake of my husband, I hope the other one is really into technology. Because he also is. He is, in case you've been watching around for a few weeks, he's still working on, well, basically bringing our house into the future. He's actually upstairs figuring out stuff as we speak. But yeah, those were my, well, extended or extra, or however you want to call it, Dutch museums. Is there anything about the Netherlands you would like me to know? Or, well, like me to know. You would want to know and like to have me make a video about it. That's more the way I wanted to say it. Then please let me know and I can see what I can do. I have already a pretty decent list of things that I want, but yeah, researching them and stuff is sometimes a whole different ball game. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. And as always, if you did, well, you know the drill. Leave a comment if there's something you would want me to know, ask, or anything. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And otherwise, like this video or dislike if you disliked it. But I guess you don't made it that far in that case. And if you haven't already and you like to stick around, please consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me and you could make me dance around my living room. Not literally, but at least in my mind, because I always make a little happy dance. But yeah, again, I hope you liked this video and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!